Readers, reviewers, countrymen, lend us your ears. And a huge thank you to all of our Patreons.
Thank you to the Pit Fighters, the First Swords, and all of the Bright Stars, Truth and Courage.
Hello and welcome back to, for the very first time, to the Brothers Gwyn. I am Will and my brother Ed. Well, I guess Ed isn't here today, but I will be doing a short review of Shane. So yes, on the channel recently, we do most of our videos together, but Ed has been doing some short reviews. And so yeah, I can't let just him do it because... I don't know. Brotherly competition. And so yeah, I have to join the bandwagon and do a short review over on here. And today I'm going to be talking about Shane. This is a Western and one that I have absolutely loved. So I've been saying for quite a while now, and I think people have been getting a bit bored of me saying, I'm going to get them to my Westerns soon. And then I've been lying. But I've finally done it. Earlier this month, I read True Grit and absolutely loved it. It was incredible and it exceeded my highest expectations. And so, of course, what else could I do other than dive straight into another Western? And so I went straight into Shane. So there is a film adaptation that I watched quite a few years ago. I think it was released in the 60s. And yeah, I loved the film then. And it's actually in Logan with Wolverine. You see that Professor X is watching Shane with the mysterious gal in Logan. And so, yeah, I absolutely love that it's in there. And so I read the book. I didn't actually know it was a book until Brother Ed read it a few months ago. And so, yeah, I picked this up. This is about a man who mysteriously turns up at a homestead and is given some work. And so we know he has a past, but you're not quite sure what. He's very mysterious. He won't reveal anything. But basically they can tell that this family, they can tell that Shane is a good man. And so this story is told from the perspective of a boy, and you really see that. It's a chronicler's tale, so he's older, but he's telling kind of his experiences as a child. And you kind of see that element of retrospection, which has got a melancholic tinge to it, which I think is very powerful throughout the story. But we are still showing this through the naive eyes of a young boy who idolises this man. He can just tell there is more to him than meets the eye. And this is a book that it questions, can you leave the past behind you or will it return to haunt you? And... well, I won't say what the answer to that is, but yes, Shane, as I said, he has a past, and I absolutely love kind of the character growth and the mysteries that are solved and the more questions that we are given as this story continues and evolves. And yeah, it's quite short, and there's a lot of depth within those pages. I'd say what I'm learning about Westerns is that characters are at the centre, and there are a lot of quirky elements to these stories. At least the good ones anyway. And I've been lucky that the first two that I've read are brilliant in my opinion anyway. And so yeah, this is filled to the brim with very quirky characters, and it's got a philosophical lining to it where it's really about a family. They're striving to create their own life, look after themselves, and that's the main thing. They love each other and they want a life which is simple. They'll work as hard as they need to live, but yeah, they want to have that option. And so it's a son and then his mother and father, and then this man Shane joins in. And so yeah, that is the dynamic, and I love the relationship, the dynamics between all four of those characters. There is a wider cast, of course. There are some antagonists along the way, as well as kind of, it's a lot about kind of trying to take control of the land. And so yeah, kind of a very common theme with a lot of Westerns and a lot of American books about kind of the American dream in general. And so yeah, this does kind of question the American dream. It kind of shows that the goal of kind of, as I said, like looking after yourself, looking after your family is something you should strive for, but it shows the complications along the way and that things are not as simple as maybe they should be. And I love Shane, the central character. He's the highlight, I'd say, of this story, where, as I said, the past may return to haunt him, and what is revealed about his past, I love how kind of you see this growth of him as a character and how he changes his behaviour when people around him find more about his past. And yeah, it's a really great kind of examination of the human condition, and yeah, how the past affects us and how we will never escape it really, but also about the importance of family and love, and how those making sacrifices for those that you care about and the meaning of that behind it. And there's some actions where do you have to do bad things for the greater good, and is that a valid reason, or should you be more of a, I think it's a Kantist philosophy where you should never commit grey or bad deeds, even if it is for the greater good. So are you utilitarian or Kantist? And yeah, that's a very interesting argument, and one that is also taken up and explored in Shane. And also, it's a Western, so we've got some guns, we've got some fights, we've got some duels, of course, and yeah, so all of that is thrown into the mix as well, as every good Western should have. And so yeah, that is my review of Shane. I really enjoyed this second Western that I'm reading, well, that I've read, and I'll definitely be reading a lot more. Please do put in the comments below, what Westerns would you recommend, or what books that maybe have a Western feel, a bit like Red Country by J. Abercrombie. It's not an out and out Western, but he said himself that it is inspired by Westerns, and it's kind of got that feel, that tinge, that tone to the story. So yeah, let me know, and yeah, I'll definitely be reading Lonesome Dove, so you don't need to say that one, but I'd love to hear, have you enjoyed Lonesome Dove if you've read it. Mike Book Reviews has been talking about it quite a bit on his channel recently. He even put it on his 10th favourite read of all time. So yes, I'm looking forward to reading a few more Westerns, but today I'm here talking about Shane, and yeah, my overall kind of opinion is read it. I really think that you should try it. It's not too long, it's I think just over 100 pages, or close to maybe just under 200, and so yeah, it won't take too much with your time, and I highly recommend it. And if you're an audiobook listener, the audiobook was brilliant, a great narrator that made you feel really immersed in the story. And so yeah, that is Shane. Everyone, thank you so much for watching. Truth and Courage, The Brothers Gwyn.